guy, I don't remember his name, I never watched the show, who lost his acting job on this show, reality TV show, because he, as I understand it, he was in his home environment, talking amongst his peers, his homeboys, and he said, by paraphrasing, that somehow to be gay is the same as being a terrorist, or the same as bestiality. Now, I have to tell you that this has nothing to do with my ideas about homosexuality. I have no problem with it whatsoever. Right to get married to whoever you want. If that's, why should gay people not be able to have the experience of being married, all of its ups and downs, like all the rest of us? But the idea that he would lose his job because he had an opinion, I find that offensive.
Well, yeah.
On the other hand,
Doc, that was Phil Robertson. Phil Robertson from the Duck. That's Phil Robertson from the Duck Dynasty, and actually, he's been reinstated to the show.
He what, Mr. J?
He got reinstated on the show.
Oh, good. Because it's not like I supported ideas. I don't. I think it's ridiculous, stupid. In this day and age, it's just based on ignorance. But the idea that this guy could not express his opinion in his own home turf, I find offensive. And on the other hand, it's like he was at grandma's house. If he knows he's got a TV camera in his face, then you got to ask a little bit of discretion. But I get that the guy may not be very discreet. He may have some kind of primitive, as far as I'm concerned, old-fashioned ideas. And he should have picked up that he's being quoted, but he probably didn't know it. Maybe he had a beer or two and he didn't care. I still find it offensive that he's expressing himself and being punished for doing it in that way when he's simply expressing his opinion. Now, I know that I went off on a side riff here, and we had a question about a 10-year-old boy. So, again, I would get out of the way. I would tell the parents that if they have a problem with the little boy, maybe we could talk about it. He needs to understand the effect of his behavior. I would ask him how he thinks other people are reacting to him, and figure you have to do it 25 or 50 times so that he can begin to learn the lesson. Because lessons you don't learn that lesson overnight. You don't learn it overnight. But you want it to go deep because there's something that he's getting from it that he doesn't get from other places. I hope that helps out. Okay?
Oh yeah. And we do have another one, but I think we should go to a song and then come back and address this next one.
Sounds good. Go for it.
All right. Well, you are on Shrink Different with Doc Wolf, the change agent, on TFOK Radio. I am Mr. J, the mere producer. We'll be right back after this Christmas tune. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Said my nephew Tim to his Aunt Louise,
didn't I get this last year?
didn't I get this last year? Same thing every year, Aunt Louise.
Didn't I get this last year?
Didn't I get this last year?
Some socks, and some tiny BVDs, but I can't get them up past my knees. Could you return them, please, Aunt Louise? Open this one first, Uncle Bob. Didn't I get this last year?
Didn't I get this last year?
Try to act surprised, Uncle Bob, but I got this last year.
But he got that last year.
A tie, wider than a mile, with a pattern way out of style. With a pattern that's way out of style. Said my wife to our neighbors across the street, I think we got this last year. What a thoughtful gift, Peg and Al. I think we got this last year. A plant in a moldy mayonnaise jar. They must have dug one up from their yard. They must have dug one up from their yard. Said the dad to his kids on Christmas Day, didn't I get this last year? This is just exactly what I want. Just as much as last year. Surprise, surprise. A coupon for some fries. That was really very thoughtful, you guys. Really very thoughtful, you guys. Didn't I get this last year?
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 I'm sure I got this last year.
Didn't I get this last year?
Yeah, well, thanks. No, it's really very nice.
Didn't I get this last year?
I've always wanted something like this.
Didn't I get this last year?
All right, I hope you like that. Mr. J wanted to pick some music that really let us know that we can have fun with Christmas. It doesn't have to be so serious. I wanted to share with you all that I have a new program that I'm launching. I'm pretty excited about it. It is called Taming Your Anger with Emotional Intelligence, which is a program I've taught for years. And it's right now available. It's so available. It's a personalized coaching program with online video training modules. And it comes with a money-back guarantee. You will learn how to identify the signal of anger before it comes out of your mouth and learn to train your brain to develop a new reaction to the signal of anger. And you will make definite progress on that, or we'll give you your money back. So we have counselors, meaning you get the program, you do the training, you watch the videos. This is a video program that we took out of pieces I taught to a group of veterans in an organization called Vet to Vet. They're a national organization. And what they do is they train veterans to assist other veterans. So I trained a group of the vets to teach it, and now the program has been accepted by the Los Angeles Public Library. It's being taught for free to veterans and their families in the West Los Angeles Library, if you know anybody that could take advantage of it. We taught it 4 times. We just got signed up for another 10 sessions, starting on January 7th. So the program works. Work with hardcore criminals. They're making a documentary movie of a program that I did with some teens on probation. It's called Remedy for Rage. You can find a clip on it on my website, tamingyouраnger.com, like taming a lion. And within a couple of days, you'll be able to go to shrinkdifferent.com.
Exactly.
That'll take you straight there.
Now, Doc, I'm excited about this program as well. I mean, as you know, my mother has been a counselor for many years, and one of the problems that people in these situations where they need an anger management program, between trying to juggle work and going to a program to get the help that they need, it doesn't leave a lot of time in the day, But this is an online program. There's 2 hours of personal coaching. It's only $395, and it's not too late for people to get it for somebody that needs it for Christmas. And it's accredited, right?
That's right.
It's accredited.
It's good. It's good for 10 hours of court-mandated anger management training. And the difference is, I believe, this isn't about going to attend 10 classes like I would go to traffic school and maybe you learn something. It's not about that. This is a training program. You have to train your brain. And I teach you how to do that. It's really simple. And then, once you learn, we're always looking for trainers. We're looking for people to teach the program. The Wolf Training Institute has a vision statement. That's my training institute. It goes like this. We're dedicated to reducing violence and increasing emotional intelligence, one person at a time, beginning with ourselves, and passing it on. There's too much violence out there, and I get real excited about passing it on. And so people can get trained and certified by me and ultimately qualify for certification by the National Anger Management Association. And then you can teach this program, and it's actually being franchised right now. That's a whole other story. But you can go to the website, tamingyouраnger.com, and check out the program. And give it to somebody you love that's got an anger problem. But I will tell you this. The key piece, like they say, how many shrinks does it take to change the light bulb? One, but it has to want to change. The key is the person has to want to deal with their anger. I developed this program with men, hardcore criminals with 2 strikes in California, who came to me and said, "Hey, Doc, I need something for my anger. If I shoot my mouth off one more time in the wrong place, I could go to jail for the rest of my life." And so they were very serious, and these people didn't care if they hurt anybody or not. That wasn't the reason. The reason that they wanted to learn to tame their anger is because they didn't want to act out unconsciously and make a mess. Now, we do that all the time. The anger comes out all the time. And once a parent or parents begin to learn to tame their anger for themselves, you can teach your kids. So let's go back to parenting. Teach your kids about anger. You can't help it when you're angry. So parents that say, don't be angry, or say it to your husband or your wife, you can't help what you feel. It's your emotional brain that makes you feel that. But if you can learn how to express your anger without breaking the 3 rules, don't hurt yourself, don't hurt somebody else, don't destroy anything of value, now you're okay. So a parent who has learned this, or 2 parents who have learned this, can now teach their kids healthy expression of anger. I just got a green light last week on a project I've been working on for 2 years. I call it my pineapple project, because it takes 2 years to grow a pineapple. So I'm going to be teaching my method to an entire school of inner city kids who have dropped out of regular high school. This is going to begin toward the last week in January. I'm pretty excited about it. It's very challenging. But the vision statement is to teach emotional intelligence as basic curriculum in modern education, to begin to teach kids the basics of emotional intelligence, help them deal with their emotions, explain their anger, give them some tools, and maybe we'll have a small little pockets. So my vision is for this to go all over the place. And I know that you have a lot of problems with domestic violence over there on the res.
Yep.
Well, I never understood the difference between domestic violence and any other kind of violence, in the sense that the violence is the same. Except maybe domestic violence is worse, because it's so repeated. It's repeated, and people get locked into the pattern. It's very painful to break out of the pattern. But the bottom line is, the one who is the perpetrator is going to bear the brunt, no matter what causes the dynamic to be created. And anybody can learn to do this method. Anybody can learn to do this method. So I don't want this show to be about a pitch, but I'm pretty happy about this. And, again, if you're interested and you want to pursue it, call the radio station. We'll hook you up.
Exactly. No,
Let's go to the next question.
Okay, well, I was going to also tell everybody, you can also, to order it, you can find it at tamingyouраnger@gmail.com. You can email that and order it. Or you can, email us here at the radio station at tfokradio@gmail.com. All right, the second one that we have that's a write-in, it says, and it has to do with the holidays. It says, my husband's parents are coming to our house for Christmas morning. The kids love them. And the kids are 3, 6, and 9. How do I handle my mother-in-law